Ahoj blázni, vítám vás na Twitchi, na YouTube, Grandfinále Východoevropské ligy, Enterprise Z10 City BO5, toto je druhá mapa, druhá polovina. Čeká nás ještě hodně map, hodně věcí na ukradení a na koukání, takže pohoda. Za poslední 2 dny jsem nastreamoval 19 hodin, takže mě omluvte, ale potřeboval jsem se refreshnout. Jak jim to jde? První mapu prohráli Enterprises a to byla jejich mapa, by the way, tohle je pick Z10 City, ale Enterprise má jaký dobrý Haven. Oni protože třeba hráli vždycky close na tu mapě. Alešek 1v2. My vás tady zdravím a oficiálně vás pozdravím jmenovitě asi až ukončí mapu. Jo! Intro do nosák. Alešek vypo, kámo, toho takhle obehráli. Kámo, strašně vymazal Aleška.
Alexiiik,
strašně vymazal Aleška, kámo, vyhranej bonus ODP. Toto je jazda. Veliká agrese od Z10 City. Ten zvuk je strašně divný. Hraje strašně potivku oproti.
It's a brawl in towards the attacker spawn and the defenders are winning it out. It's Starkey all alone in mid.
Nice.
As he plunges, Yash ready to pull the trigger.
Chlapáci.
In hand. Contact from the cam means that we're not going to see that duel for just a moment. It's Alexiiik in behind. That it could be the problem now. He's just respecting that trap. Finally, the kill onto Zeek taken. That's where he's going to backpedal.
Erou, děkuji za 100 jangů, ty Štervenkovo za tebou. Děkuji za další intro do nozíny. Děkuji. Pískanice do ten alert. Ten alert se povedl. Děkuji moc, Eru.
And so the old guard on the zero tenacity side goes
down
at the hands of players who now on this Enterprise roster are reviving their own stories one step at a time, one map at a time. Fracture falls, but Haven held by
Neviděl jsem vyšulení, kurva. To vím, že už hrajou. Píčo! Počkej, zase ho hraju? Třetí mapa. Teďka nechci hrát Roblox. Doma na speedu, vole.
MSH is coming in on a late flank, but those steps just outside of the audible range. Doma has no idea and pin to default. Should be a dead man. No, he takes the timing. Using the drone. Oh, it's a bit of a mismatch. And MSH will capitalize right now. And that line control I'm talking about, Zero Tenacity have
full rankerovice, full comfy picky, v životě jsem tohle neviděl.
Big rotation, the stack of bodies on A. They are ready for Enterprise. But are they going to be able to deal with it?
Yeah, well, Gramek holding this angle is able
to
remember it's a breach player, and as the players come in, the stun's perfect. Spike denied, and well, this round might be the last two players on Enterprise try to fight back, but they're all knowing about this chamber from up high and Starkey from down low. He's trying to deposit the players lower, and they certainly look to be Pyro rescues a rifle, which he can work with. And remember, there's only 3 points of health on Starkey.
World Champion versus Pyro a Alexiiik s VIPem.
To get a most needed round on the first buy, and Zeek hasn't moved, hasn't repositioned. The players of Zero Tenacity should know, and they certainly do, as they convert the bonus round.
It's a big win for Enterprise early though, because if they can get into post.
Jestli myslel na mě, jakoby, že bych tam hrál já sovu. Jako já bych hrál sovu, no. Já jsem přesvědčený, že bych, kámo, ty aktuální metě forsoval sovu a TH. Proč ultí zprava doleva? Proč ultí zprava doleva? Proč ultí zprava doleva? Proč ultí zprava doleva?
And the spike is going to continue on the A warpath.
Stark je vypo.
An op which the Viper player has picked up.
Zaleška, vole, to Zaleška to vypo. Ty jak ho obešel ten Stark, to ti jebe, ne? Ho nenapadne v životě, že jde skičnou. On mu odešel ten Starky. Co je za goated lurk tohle? To je goated lurk, co koupil kolik. Ještě ho spotl. Kámo. Tak Starky tedy měl nejvíc insane timingy na světě. Doma jde hrát rakety. To je ta pozička, jak je dobrá, jak svině od Killesa. On ho čekal prty. Plně koukal něco jiného. Instun je useless. Kámo, on to prohrál ještě. VTF, kámo.
It's allowed Alexiiik a lot of space, and the players now can commit towards the A side.
Alexiiik gets the info from Garage. This is also the weakest A-hold that we've seen. In Z10 being stretched so thin, it's allowed Starky right through the midfield yet again, but this time he's supported by Zeek.
Bullets starting to be hit on towards Starky, but it's the same situation as last round. With time being bombed and Pyro finding a tick of the sentry, and Alexiiik starting to move round.
Kde planty ty EPS? Oni se plantli mid-side? Mi to zdá, nebo ne?
He's just been seen. Now everybody else is notified to this position, and they need to try and fight it. And Zero Tenacity fighting
Alešku, ty prase.
Alexiiik buying time for the players to get onto the spike.
Mají jako dobrý plant. Mají rakety? Oni nemají rakety? Kámo.
It's another round for Zero Tenacity. And Enterprise, they cannot get a grip of these post plants.
Who's setting up this round? It's B that they're going to commit to. And already that chamber player has bypassed the orb, so Pyrol is under serious threat behind this Viper wall.
30 seconds left.
Needs to be careful. We'd think this would normally be the Lux, but well, with hearing the ISO and seeing the rain of Pyro knows that he needs to win out! Oh my god, an MSH is here at the right time!
Štít neexistuje.
And just it seems like Enterprise cannot get by these villains. The spike on the ground, and it's gonna tick away. It'll be 6 for Zero Tenacity.
Uf.
Doma can do nothing about it. 1 kill on to Gromek is cool.
A question mark which Enterprise of
se nabízí, aby si v 5 běhal Ačko, prostě jak na rankedu. A doufal, že prostě vyhraješ duely, Tohle kolo, no, takhle musí zahrát každý kolo, podle mě. Dám si prdel. Zatím komu nejde vymyslet nic jiného než rankedový 5-man rushe. Tradovat se, házet všechno na jedno místo.
Pyrol can say anything about it already. MSH lost those 2 players which have already proven. I mean, Doma is just 1 away from the Armageddon. The Teho ult to deny the lockdown when it comes through, but right now Alexiiik is running things. A tight leash which he holds Enterprise on, and from the corner it's a second collection, looking for the next player down. Starky showing the door. Alexiiik coming into his own. Finally dealt with by Zeek, but damage done.
Alexiiik hraje konečně skin pro chlapáky, vole.
And with no space to reset, Pyrol's watching mid. Enterprise will lower their head to the guillotine yet again, and it is MSH to pull the string and drop the blade.
Není to hezký tohle.
Yeah, Enterprise, they found a little bit of success in that last round.
Že musím doplatit. Díky za doplacení, kamo. Čau Dastíku. Zdravím i pleby, ale trochu míň než sami. Kámo. Já nemám slov.
I mean, hiding in this corner as well, making and forcing Enterprise to go and clear him out. This off angle, they won't think about it, and Doma isn't.
They just think he's disengaged, but Alexiiik wants more. He ain't gonna stop until it's a 3rd grand final under his belt. It's against Zeek, his former teammate. 2 bullet burst that takes down the next. Alexiiik on rails. As Gromek is the one that brings the off out this time. I mean, wherever
Icebox, kamaráde, hranolky do...
Zeek finally has a kill.
Je to Woodcross, actually.
But can the spike get there quick enough? I don't think so.
Hranolky do sáčku,
takzvaně, na této mapě.
That Nano's brought so much delay. He's got a second one in pocket, but now you look to the rifle. Zeek walking in. He has the most damage in the exchange, and it's key that he wins it, but Gramek battles back immediately. The breach ult can't deny the plant, but it can follow up with a pretty sober ult, which sends Zeek to the spectator screen as Doma is called upon.
Has the ulti.
That's about all for now. He'll be without the salvos.
Ani nebude
As the
ultit,
dart reveals his
On to bude
position.
ultit.
It's a statement of intent. Doma committing the ultimate. At the very least, it has been half though, the spike. He drops in, and with the toxins gone, it's an open view to a full defusal. I mean, Doma just didn't have enough time to play around with. Definitely issues that go further beyond the 5 agents that you see in the server, but Yash finally
vyhrál duel na to, že
as a
vystřel
first
prostě ten
blood,
Pyrrhol,
found
nic
to Pyro.
víc.
The B-side anchor relieved of his duties early, but here is Alexiiik. He has been running the show so far.
Co dává
with
Aleš,
2
kámo?
players hindered under the site. It's 2 more targets.
Oh my god.
Alexiiik has his quad.
Ace, kámo, hodně dobrý ace.
Of course, he
Hodně
will
dobrý
get
ace.
it. There is one final round left to be played in this opening half of Icebox to save some face. And while Yash
Zkouší
started things off
fintu,
pretty
ne?
nicely on the previous, he's got to do more here, and it's Pretty instead who opens
Nic,
up
kámo,
his
jdeme na
account.
split.
The drone now available to fly into this Viper's pit. Well, it won't get the clearance that they were quite looking for. The lockdown definitely will. And there's no counter left in play anymore. So Enterprise have either got to force the issue or get out of there. And that's exactly what they'll do. It's to Enterprise.
Alexiiik, další klip, kámo, čum.
Alexiiik that they'll go, I should say. Bodies underneath
Všechno mu
him,
vyžrali.
scattered.
Všechno mu vyžrali.
MSH with 3 more. You wanted a half. Zero Tenacity have given you one.
Yeah, this has been emphatic. I said it before.
To myslím si, že ten split bude úplně resetnutý, no.
As we said, things don't necessarily get much better for the team in red. As onto the attack, Zero Tenacity go. And already MSH has his first.
First pick found. This whole match could be decided by a pistol round.
Pistol round.
Klasický
pistol round.
Co
tady lítá s breachem, kámo, mu přeplo úplně.
Yash still with an undercut double tap in his hands, but how much more can one man do? Pete, which are very quickly scaling on to B, and Alexiiik is
nepřijdou nikdy, kámo.
Anyone else at range, the Sheriff will do damage, and so that is where Zeek can double up as well. Headhunter finding a second kill.
Na Confidence.
These all still feel like consolations.
Na Confidence na další mapu, kámo.
To take another round
Hrajou.
home and extend play wouldn't be the worst. We have seen such positions converted from Zero Tenacity though, and with that vision block of the toxic screen
Jak daleko dal tu trapu, what?
there is every chance this can still get out of hand, but with Pyro cut down on HP,
Shorty.
that should be it.
That'll probably extend play a few rounds more, not only just the fact in terms of...
Now, you're taking things one round at a time, not just saving face, but saving up some confidence perhaps into the next map, knowing that any more damage you do here is only going to play on the backs of the minds of Zero Tenacity. And this round has been kept clean. Alexiiik was the first player removed, and beyond that,
Já mu to okomentuju, no, právě proto to ukládám si, ale...
Really left here for Zero Tenacity.
No, definitely not. As for now,
to je jako ten materiál na emote, takzvaný Derkelurk.
This could be very deciding in the round.
Alexiiik's managed to keep himself alive a little bit longer here, and as good as the poison cloud is for Starkey to cross, it has also allowed Alexiiik to reposition back in main. The captains go in searching. You know Starkey wants that jewel, so does Zeek. But even with the AWP, he's going to get dropped. Killer's helping out Matters on A. That's where the push is coming in with the spike.
Ale jako říkal si, on si o ní říkal, kámo. On si o ní říkal, Zeek, jako hodně.
that are forced to bail. And now you don't have Alexiiik yellow. So all of this ground has got to be taken by yourself.
1v1 again. This is the one that we saw on yellow, and
To
it's
chtěl?
Alexiiik comes
To
in
nechtěl
on
podle
top.
mě ani.
Big map presence being got there. And on top of that, Spike will go down easily enough. Where does Alexiik go next? Because he's hungry for blood.
He's managed to fill that vacuum towards Snowman. And there are two players coming across the cutout. Yash up on the steps, crouched down. Alexiiik knows it, and there he is. Taken. Now holding the cross. Spotted the next two players. So the setup is catered to it. The first of them buying delay. It's Alexiiik.
On mě slyšel, že to mě slyšel, ale Alexiiik to vzal na sebe to kolo. Čtvrtá mapa. Splitos. Dlouhá pauza jako blázen, myslím si, že i díky tomu se EP jako resetli. Nemyslím si, že tohle bude stop jako minulá mapa. Let's see. Třeba se pletu. Alexiiik minus, babík. Takovouhle hnusnou... Pyrol, co dal? Co dal Pyrol, kámo? Můžeme mít replay, prosím? Odkud to dal jako... Odkud dal 3 killy v 1 vteřinu? Na Raftru, podle mě. Na Raftru jsou modrý křížky, on flankoval, nebo co se stalo? Jsem mu line-upnul na Raftru, nebo co?
Yeah, this is going to allow all the replenishables to come back online, but remember Doma does have one flash, and I think that will probably be the decider in this engagement. Both stun and salvos online though for Zero Tenacity.
Do they want to get offensive with it? Gramek was hanging back, maybe just thinking about playing post, but you've got to make the sum of the numbers work. Doma and Killers a little split up, but together they combine to clear out the space.
A tohle ti dva se v klači, ale to jsou prostě manželé v klači. Breach versus Breach, kdyby tam byl Muffin, tak bych věděl, kdo vyhraje. Ale Muffin nebyl na serveru, kámo. A ty komentátoři. Ačko je vík. Ty vole, to bylo dobrý, kámo. Tak bych to kombo udělal jinak, že bych chodil rakety na toho stunutýho targeta, ale oni dali rakety, aby ho nemohli pokrejt. Byla tam šance, že Alexiiik ho dá ve stunu, ale zase no. Zajímavý decision. To je vysral most hodně teďko. Čau, Luci Milacková, čau. Co je, kámo, Zero Tenacity.
The health pool isn't the best here for Enterprise, and sidestepping the smoke, it's so much damage, Gramek.
Okay, Gramek minimálně zavřel pustinku. On by šel hodnotit falousky dědečkům než pracák, myslím. Pokud by ho vzali zpátky, no. Jo, Seonera je taky speciální, no. Kámo. A to vidím po několikátý za těch pár dní. Strašně lidí hraje na krajích těch omen smoků. Takhle, vole. Ten smoke ti nemá schovat, když vedle něj stojíš. Co znamená samo?
Zeek taking main space for himself. 30 seconds left. And only just now do they get the info.
There's no blast packs, so it is just going to have to be walking onto the site. No sort of explosive power. Zeek, though, not thought about. Able to get the first engagement pretty much free. The Sheriff of MSH trading that one out.
Dobrý delay.
Towards Spike Plan, and time is getting
Paranoia.
Starkey flashing through and towards Elbow. There's nothing to deny this. It's a 1v1 on site, which Starkey wins.
Tohle bylo dobrý, no.
And you could argue that, well, Yash should certainly still get impact.
Jsem unavený, ale zároveň nejsem. Jsi byl málo v lese, podle mě. Kamo, co Aleškovi dělají furt? Co dělá on jim? What the fuck?
Yeah, it was another aggressive piece from Enterprise with big ults laid
To
on the
strašně
line.
aggressive piece.
It's only made for a 4v4.
Hra úplně, kámo.
With Guardians and a Stinger here. This is not even the best of buys that they have. It was a risky
Carelessly. Shorty.
Two players in mid on the other side.
To je ten angle, kámo.
It's either Doma or Starkey, but timing is everything.
To je ten angle, no.
Not even checked him. They're
Oh
falling
my
down,
God.
and it's so easy. But at the same time, though, Starkey gets traded out. Topsy-turvy in the round, and Zeek
Co je,
tries to send
Zeek?
it forward, thinking only Pyro's here. But MSH
Co je? Co je?
This is just so heavy with the ultimates. This is 3 in the round so far by Enterprise.
And Killers has had to forfeit his pit here as well, searching for Grumek. So it's a huge 1v1 in spawn, and if Grumek takes the timing, he could be out on A.
Could be.
Upínek?
Completely gone.
Mačka.
Forfeiting the space and allowing Enterprise back into this round, but Killers goes elsewhere and time's ticking away. 0 to 9.
Killers ho nebude čekat, jo. Doma jeden hit, Doma má jeden hit životy. Co ti jebe? Kam se koukal ten pyro? Čas. Nemá čas. Ace pro domu, kámo. Ale však Raketa nečekl corner price.
Hello?
Doma's baited out his teammate. Hello? Waiting to finally get his chance and well, at least
Vyplatilo se to. Nabejtit toho Killesa. Pokud se Killes nenasere. Ale počkej. Alešek Hrot fungoval.
There's only so much he could do from that position. It's on to Zeek.
Zeekovi to nelepí. Zkus. Aleškovi minulou mapu hitl fragmu víčko na Iceboxu. Teďko už to je trochu horší na splitu, ale jinak zatím dost v pohodě, podle mě dost dobrý. Má formu, podle mě. Akorát dostává strašný shutdown, strašný. Zatím, kámo, 5 kol třeba umřel jako první, podle mě. Nedokáže nacházet openy. Chodí častokrát hodně osamocen, hodně suše. No. Na 20 vteřin, jazd delay. Raketa S-tier, reposition, nade under heaven ještě dostanou. Save.
But as quick as he can try to be, there is no ult, no fast track. The spike can't go down. It'll be Enterprise instead, and the stun to just set up the full
Aleš, no to jsou, co hoříš, bro? Ale však mi říkal, to jsou jako hodný chlapy, tuhle ty staří dva, vole. Proti Jagermek. A převzali naší roli, kterou jsme měli na Aleška. No mi Alešek říkal, že jsem musel vypnout na Discordu. Zeek vůbec nestří hezky. To promítání těch songů, protože Prty kontroloval, jestli při skimech poslouchá songy nebo ne. Když to viděl tam na tom Discordu, tak ho sjel. Borec. A daleko jsme nezašli ani my, vole. Čau, Besmeres. A prostě Alešek z toho vypnul a poslouchá je dál, no to prostě nezastavíš. Chlapa nezastavíš.
Players are coming in, and somehow Yash is by it, and towards the site, spike denied. Disaster.
Ono blokl.
Wins this one out.
Tlusťoch.
Going for a reposition. The players don't know. They look towards Elmo.
Mož.
SH is there.
Vypo nasypalo. Advice zní být dobrým chlapem, Salon se vyplácí. Vysvětli. Oh! Stun, kámo.
But that's damage done. More damage than Zeek was ever hoping to achieve from that corner.
Zajímavý smoke se má dít Starky furt. Takhle hluboký.
And well, already you can see Starky is taking a much more defensible position in heaven.
Enterprise are just banking on the fact that Zero Tenacity have been finishing A on a lot of these rounds. They're not expecting the late B play, and so that's what catches them.
Tohle ten retake bude chtít hodně věcí, aby se podařilo, no. Pro EP. Tohle je ta první, teď bude ultit na info do backsitu. Pokud je dobré, bude ultit paranoia. Co? Co dělá ten Starky? A Pyro už...
Of their ascension campaigns. However, I have to say he has responded brilliantly, and it's that mental battle which Enterprise seem to be winning right now.
Oh! Tak kámo, Killes. Ty píčo. Tak to je Composure Magora, kámo, ten Killes. Teďka už je mínus, ale to, že přežil ten instantní stun toho ultinu rakety spam, to je crazy.
Alexiiik does go spotted again,
Co?
but Starky was the player who could have peeked him. He's dead through the wall now.
Dobrý game,
and Zero Tenacity can pave themselves a red carpet towards the A site.
I think that though, the Ash is up still in play, and that's the Rolling Thunder that's just came offline. A massive pickup for Enterprise here on the defense. The operator.
To Ash s Vipem je taky docela scary emotek. Oh, jeden život. Neměl shorty, jak je minus, Aleš. Dá Killes, tak má raketu. Proč furt nevidím testosteron, kam mě se nějak bugnul Četerino, ne? Ona se musí updateovat. Ten emote už je jeden starý a já furt nevidím testosterona. Já chci vidět testosterona. Na Twitchi ho vidím normálně, jenom Četerino nevidím.
Enterprise committing towards the B side, spike towards A, and Starky nearly caught.
Dobře, Killes.
No, this is a weird one now because Zero Tenacity had two players queued up outside of B. They couldn't take their timing to actually threaten it, so with 30 seconds or so left, they have to commit to the A play. You've got players from Zero Tenacity scattering in spawn. The ult forces them into
Ultina od nich k ním. Viděli jste to chat? Zeek actually přemýšlí na to videohrou. Oh.
3 kills in his site defense. Nobody getting past the Croatian on A. Not on this map. Both teams.
Nevím.
Picked up that first. They have the second in the last two maps.
Život.
Can Zero Tenacity change things for the better here? It certainly seems to be so. Grommek 3 kills to the good. You look to Killes to respond on B. He's the only player.
Ani Vašek help nevidím, tady se zájmu, tak špatně. Pirolo je na hero tělíčka.
Doma's on his way. How much more can Killes do?
Yeah, but it's a foot race. You've got to be thinking about Alexiiik close behind him, and Killes still doesn't know where the other two players are.
I mean, open plant in the smoke.
Jak jako nevíš, nevím, co na tom emotku je.
Got the element of surprise in tower. But as you mentioned, the flank is coming in, and actually, Enterprise just want to plow forwards. Killes yet to be cleared. From male as he was so many rounds on the defensive
Alexiiik si jde pro domů.
This can seal the attack before it even gets into motion for Zero Tenacity. Alexiiik arrived on spot, but Doma dispenses him at the expense of all his health. Oh, Doma, not like this. Whips around.
Kdyby vyjel nahoru, jak to vyhrál.
Will finally put him to rest. And onto Pyro,
which has a shotgun.
Zero Tenacity nejsou tak daleko věkově od nich, actually. Legit. Zero Tenacity mají 27, 26, 21, 19, 21, myslím. Takovýho. EP mají 21, 27, 23, 23, 20, nevím kolik, 22. Oh, wow, wow.
Of which he is simply not capable.
Jak jsem posílal podobný vtípeček k tomu Paťasovi na Instagram. Ale říkat to nebudu, ale... Kámo, to co je za open, jakože tohle?
Maybe the attack wants to pause for just a moment before they get an idea of what the rest of this defensive setup looks like.
Pings in towards B heaven, Rolling Thunder still available. This could be the avenue in which to use it.
It's the catalyst as Doma is just setting this one up, ready to go. It's a stop
ty Bristony jsou...
and oh, it would have served the purpose.
Ty Bristony jsou clean, ale nic nedělají.
To the deck, it's a quick trade. Still zero tenacity trail, but they have bodies in this position. I mean, Enterprise anticipated it, but still, one-for-one trades aren't gonna cut it. Pyro, the latest purchase. The gun for hire, which has galvanized the zero tenacity side, has got to do something here to stop an 11th from hitting the scoreboard.
CV2 pro Mošta. A možná dostane hroznýho tady z midu, kámo. No clearnou mail, či to neclearnou mid, o co? O to, že bude clearnout mail, ale pak dupne a vyleze Zeek, až dupne, co to clearne. Ani to nejdou clearnout. Tak to je úplný finito. Tady zahrali hezké afterplant, nebyli tak rozšíření a hlavně se dali hrát ještě normální matchmakingy. Nebylo tolik cheaterů jak teď.
While all of this is happening, Pretty hears the steps towards A, and now the drone. He's in a great position, and while kills are traded in mid, this A setup is ready. Zero Tenacity are so prepared for Enterprise here.
Abdico, how much money you bet on this map?
Zero Tenacity, sure you've been good with your sheriffs, but this has been a disaster class from Enterprise, and that's exactly what it is.
Cross from Pyro. That smoke will expire, his position
takhle jo, ty dostanou hroznou toho ultinu, kámo, VTF. Zeek to rozběh prostě. To neportí, kámo. Ježiši. Ale je ever. Porto to ale je ever. Zdeněk? Zdeněk je super jméno, kámo. Ty vole, kdyby trochu popošel, jak ho vidí. On mu skočí na klub, když má paranoju. To byl dobrý nade, no, to bylo tím nadeem, vole.
Enterprise breathing room. They were trying to work towards A, but the Cypher setup survives. It's a regroup, and now they head straight into the jaws of the beast itself.
You look at the two players and how close they are. They're able to work with each other. The stun great, and again more and more delay.
Oh, co dělá doma? Proč umřel na aftershock? Ultíme? Tak my to čoukujeme jak svině. Nebo? Já se čil potahal. To kde plentí? Zbytečný plant na Heaven strašně ne. Já versus Alexiik. Co ti jebe? Alexiik, co tady vaří, kámo? Alexiik tam skáče, vole. Tady poznáš prostě týpka od Taryho, vole. Poznáš tady Taryho učně, kámo. Co ti jebe ten Aleš, kámo?
3 years to go to a 5th map from both east and north. Neither region had entertained it, but it could look like back-to-back grand finals going the distance as the regions merge. Killer's already picked off at the start of this round to the hands of MSH. Enterprise will be without their hero from the previous.
Tam stojí Zeek takhle v openu, kámo. Doma dal ještě 2, kámo, ten má fakt formu jak svině. Minus tomu dal, ale. A Wallbang mu dal další 130. Děj se, Fátek, do bečku.
The guardian of this B site has stood tall on many an occasion.
Já jsem Gasto, takže mám za úkol udělat nápojový lístek. Aha. Kámo, za 3 vteřiny by ti ho můj ChatGPT vytvořil. A i tvůj. Abych to dám, kámo, a si ready. Jako díky ChatGPT mu je podle mě polovina škol dolítala takzvaně. To jako já jsem tenkrát, když jsem já ještě studoval, x let dozadu, tak jsem říkal vždycky, k čemu, poslouchej, k čemu to mám vědět, když si to můžu vygooglit tohle. Na vadejch ty děcka, jim tam zajebou prostě k čemu to má vědět, může dát ChatGPT mu. Znání další dík, ať pak nedopadnu jak novby, vole.
Some kind of aggression, and it's Yash this time. Alexiik gone, his counterpart removed and
buried
6 feet under. Yash has doubled up, and so with a 5 versus 3 on the table, Enterprise.
Let him rest, legit. Kámo, Bro už toho má dost.
Still an operator in play, whether they know it or not. This is the best.
Všichni zavědět, že od 6 let budou učit děti z AI. Kámo, to se nevím, jestli je v pohodě, ale.
Enterprise. They have.
Asi nechceš se tolik upnout na to AI, vole, v tomhle věku už, pak nebudeš mít kamarády třeba ani. Jak to kýlos? Jako fakt ti říkám, že tlačení dětem AI až moc, tak dá za vznik jenom to, že nebudou mít kamarády, ani už na internetu. GG. Že ten robot ti nikdy nepošle, kámo, do hajzla. Když se chováš nejhůř. GG. Jdeme na scén, já jsem říkal, já jsem bych se podíval, takže jdem na to. 5. mapa, Fade, Breach, Vejlej. 3 netradiční piky na ascentu, máme se podívat. Toho nepočítám, toho je prostě broken, to mě nepřekvapuje.
After being taken away by the suppression, it's perfectly timed. Zeek removed. The follow-up isn't there. It's only Grumek, the one-man.
Tak tohle bylo čisté přestřílené kolo, tohle bylo přestřílení CZ.
There's only 2 players left, but Starkey is well out of play.
Bylo dobře zahrní od Z10, jenom nepolepilo. Tam je dobrý flank a zavírají se dveře. Kámo, to nestihne. Ten Starkey to nestihne, ne? On vystřel. Rakety budou huge. A stíhají furt. Tak takový výser to ne.
Alexiiik looking to path through main as there are players in middle to collect.
Reálně odehrál víc kolem, než je na streamu ukázáno. Je takhle, proč my koukáme na opožděný gameplay, to je přeci úplně obvious, ne? Finec, jo. Ty týpci hrajou online a koučové jsou na tom streamu i tak, by the way. To je prostě tak jako stream snipe, ne? Asi, Finec. To je anti-stream snipe, jako já nerozumím. A i tak to funguje tak, kamaráde, že coach sedí v anonymním okně na tom streamu a koluje věci 2 kola dozadu, jaký měli setupy a tedy, protože dost věcí se opakuje. Já blouzním. Jo, Finec, to je online tohle celý, no. Nevím, jak to funguje tam, jakoby, s kým jsou tam propojený, jsou napojený přímo na Riot API, je tomu jsou napojený přímo na Riot API. Ale třeba Tier 1 se hraje tak, že nemají delay. Tier 1 se hraje tak, že... To je pravda, to je pravda. Proč ultí? Kámo, proč ultí? Mě strašně špatně hrajou percentage, kámo. As Doma is the next to get cut loose, 4-1, and I have to say, Cairo, Killers has the cam to check this. Tam jsem měl strašně kámošů, kámo, než to. Oni ti ho vždycky seberou, když skončí season. Pak dostaneš novej. Pressure put on Zero Tenacity to react. Remek was thinking about the ult, but won't invest it post-haste. With the hat removed from the head of Killers, they know that the A side's weak, and that's where they'll go. Players been seen, Pretty finding a little spot to play in, but I can't quite do it. Pyro can, spike down. Still plenty of time to recollect it, but it's all about trades and trade. No, ty vyjelej týpci se naučí dobře házet ty slovíky, Alešek.
And the 1 versus 3 for Gramek.
Bombardilo jebeti. Kámo, jsou normálně bookies. I na Valošek. Měli jsme tu nějakýho i na streamu, kámo. A... Jo, Bookmaker jsem tady měl na streamu jednou. Už jsem jak se jmenoval. A mám jednoho chlapa, vole, kterýho všichni známe, který mu to nabízel týpek. Taky tě to oferovali. Tím pádem máš dobrý výsledky na ty páči. Jo, to je dobře placený, no. Jako výjimečně daří, jakože jsi fakt jako top 1%. The rest of Enterprise waiting with bated breath. They knew of Alexiik under the archers. That's where he'll go dead and buried. Still within it, just one player in the round. But Pyro late in A main could be a complete game changer. Valorant kokot, doslova se jmenuješ kokot. Přejmenuj se okamžitě. Máš štěstí, že nemáš nový účet a máš 2021, ale dal si follow dneska. Chovej se hezky, jsi tady nový. Nenadávej ostatním. Buď dobrý. Ale nevyzývej nikoho na 1v1. Seš gold 3. Nestrapňuj se. Mož! To titul Aleška, titul Aleška. Jako 20 litrů do kapsy, to už je dobrý, ty vole. Že se bude snažit asi. Ty to nemají low HPčko, to je fade ultina. Kdybyste byli... Kde jsi tam vzal? Kde jsi tam vzal, kámo? Hluchej normálně. A i ty animace byly hluchý. O! Vzala mu tu ultinu? Vzala mu tu ultinu, kámo. What? To je crazy, no. To je crazy mechanika, že mu jí to nedá zpátky. Ta hra tak funguje, I guess. Ta hra tak funguje, I guess. Čím jak to byl v piči. On to byl úplně v piči, kámo. On nesoustředil ten duel. On přemýšlel nad tím, co se právě stalo, vole. A hejvnul, kámo, insane. A tady se mi líbí docela, jak hraje toho Kaja, co se týče utility. Bombardiro, tam jsou, kámo, mezírky, že jo? To je jak Sovalutina. To je jak Sovalutina. Sovalutina může být... Se Sovalutinou seš v polovině toho. Ale neudělá to nic.
As you can see on the map, zero tenacity, the defense, most of the players are here.
Je to prostě cancelne tu animaci aj. A ne, v nejdu, ne? Alexiik. Kiri, to je Immortal Hearts, takže odpověď znáš. Že prostě to někoho mohlo stát.
MSH forced to give up the aggressive angle he had without the support of the op. He finds himself solo in the site. Gromek taking his timing through market and Killez is shredded. Plenty of damage, but still no picks.
A na Maja pak hráli dál, kámo.
Finally, they converge onto Killez, but
nebo hrajou dál, no, budou hrát dál. To je Far Cry 3 Definition of Insanity. Ty píčo. Tady jsou profíci, no jistě. Věříme mu to chat? Je to dead, má v názvu. Kdyby to byl jmenuje LI vlog, tak to kamo klaplo. GG. Stačilo to jenom přejmenovat tu hru. Alexiik Open.
Enemy players and Alexiik again stepping up massively on this final map against his former side.
Já nevím, co o tom Ascentu mám myslet so far, jakože já jsem strašný hater Ascentu, co se týče toho, že to je defend, jako mapa nechutná. A EP mají 4 kola na ataku už, ale zase mají úplně divný kompy oba týmy, takže vole, kdo ví, jak to bude vypadat. Alešek teďko musí zabít čity na... No do eka normálně, podle mě. A má nože, kdyby měli jako tak... Ten Starky je jak pozdě v tom mainu ještě. Jako to... Kdyby ten možná umřel s tou killži ultinou, tak má report. Čím na to zase jaká krysa pozička. A každý kolo, nebo každou hru, krysí někdo jiný, kámo. Na splitu to byl Zeek, teďko Starky a teďko to je ještě Killez, kámo, ty jakoby, to je actually strašně dobrý jak zmrt. Nejde číst tu jejich hru v tuhletom aspoň aspektu, že ty prostě teďko spotneš na sajtu s nima Omena, víš, vidíš smoky, říkáš si, aha, vidíš smoky z dálky, tak to je paranoia, TP, takže ok, Omen je s nima, nikdo nelurkuje, hovno, jako Cypher lurkuje, který normálně chodil na site, chápeš, to je na palici, ale strašně.
First of his smokes has just come up, and it is well timed to fall into the choke of Enterprise. They're gonna commit and well strip back that util.
A jako dávají dobrý, ty
vole. It's all on Gromek to see if they can save 7.
Oh, he's gonna have no chance. Stunned up. Oh my God, he came online at the right time. But while that's happened, you're now looking at MSH. Time and time again, he got put under pressure and was able to stand the tests that he was given.
Jako EP jsou troveři jak svině, takže... Není dohráno, če, není dohráno. Už jsem viděl EP trovnout, kámo, takový hry, že... I jako low-key ze strany těch hráčů, což samozřejmě... Všichni chápem, vole. To je prostě život.
can't quite do any more. I mean, it's fights that don't necessarily go Enterprise's or go Zero Tenacity's way, but Pyro gets a great timing.
Takže tak.
Such a huge
No nic, back to the game, 3v3.
Well, we know how weak Enterprise's defense looked at the only other time they were out on a set.
Weak Enterprise defense.
Making their debut in this grand final. It's just a few more rounds. It could be enough, but here Zeek finding yet another on short. So much difference. Huge 1 versus 1.
Oh.
Zeek's gonna lose out.
Ale proč dává tu 1v1 takhle, mi řekni.
Short space, you lose tree, and it splits up.
Actually,
they have to watch for this position. Cases a late luck.
Si budou myslet jako týpci, že jdou do slabšího situ, protože to měl Zeek do deepu vzaný. To je zajímavá myšlenka. Reveal under? Ne, reveal na heaven, no under ho nečekají, podle mě. Jako jestli nad tím přemýšlí až takhle, kámo, tak... Joey Nix, no má je, kámo, tady v Plzni.
The good fight with this Marshall, but there's about to be 5 players from Tiles.
Ale šek, a on Killers hraje furt jenom maršálku. To je insane, ten fire rate, ty maršálky.
Enterprise, you've also got to be thinking that Marshall could be something to work with, but hey, listen, it doesn't really matter if you can just hit the heads, and that's exactly what Enterprise have done.
Ebdiko, how much money you bet? You didn't answer me. Tak teda peněz.
And with it just being a Marshall, with the Bulldogs there for the bonus, things can only get better for Enterprise in this position. Viral is deleted by Zeek, and there you have it. And maybe it's just the blood red.
Paděl, to nebylo v Grandfinále, to bylo v normálním zápasu, myslím. Co dělal Gramek?
A big quad kill. If there was ever a time for the Gramekista to make his mark, it would be in the first gun round of the final half of the grand final. Slight waste of the utility as well. Doma posted in the corner, and Zeek
není žádnou utilitu na tom Bčku.
Je zarota na sítí. From the very start of the round, it's a tool to just suppress and stop the push, but won't be useful as A is where this ult is inclined.
To je bait jako zmrt. On bude stunutej teda, ale ten Doma. On ho clearnul. What? Proč ho clearnul? Tenhle duel, kámo. Tenhle duel. Čas. On to stíhá, by the way. To jak dojebali. To jak dojebali. To jak dojebali. Deficit.
It's Zeek going for the same play on the previous round, and as you mentioned, Starkey, I think he's been betrayed by the clothing on his back. It's the cape which is caught, and so Pyro has given the advantage.
Kam jako až se prokázal ten Starkey. Něco si přejte, chat.
Doma is wine. Yash holding on with the support of his main player, looking at short. They are yet to make any real advances, and we're down within a minute.
Yeah, gotta think. Incredibles shouldn't wear capes. Zeek, though, he could be the hero right now. Although the Cypher utility is doing God's work here.
Protože mají 2 observery, Matthew. Mají observera dalšího. Online. Co mu dal? Hotovo, hotovo. Dolítáno.
Give up this round in its entirety and save those rifles as they look to be doing. Pretty here's this. Zero Tenacity not with much money of their own to play chase. But they know what those guns are worth when you look at the Enterprise money.
Co píšeš, Chýlos? Však 2 dny dozadu tady psal, že cítíš fakt skvěle, život je skvělej.
Less than 1,000 credits. Every kill here that Z10 pick
up is
another cut into
Ty pičo, Svarta.
Appendage of Enterprise, and there you go.
Kdo tam dal to D?
So he disengages as the B play is prepared, and Enterprise their own defensive reaction is a little too slow to have bodies on the line when they need it.
No, Armageddon.
Hoříš?
No, sorry, Annihilation being thrown in and Zero to
Hoří pro tu hru, hoří pro tu věc, chápeš, ne? Je zapálený.
The TP's across, Zeek's gone down in his ult, MSH trying to kill him in cold blood and make sure they get no further value from it. Pretty moving up towards heaven here to steps of Yash, but is he aware?
Ten Yash, co to je?
Big kill. Starkey still playing from main, but he's gonna drop as well, and so Zero Tenacity can tie up the score, bearing any heroics.
Tak tady kamaráde někdo si dává hranolky do sáčku. Tady se dávají hranolky do sáčku, nebo co?
100%. You could even maybe argue save the rifle because of the economy state. That would allow you another hero rifle into the next, but instead, no. I think he's playing for exits.
And you can see as well, Pretty is the one player.
Ebdiko, zavři si piču, vole, a odpovíde na moje otázky radši.
And that is the rolling thunder available. MSH has gone down.
Česky, jsi v Česku, mluv česky.
Sprinting towards Killers. He's got to clear the close corner. Has barely any health left on the Ukrainian, and he's got now one rifle. Pyro forced to cancel. Fail for the gameplay. But Alexiik can hold up his end of the bargain, and so Starkey, the next in the limelight, melts under the pressure as the grand final intensifies. It feels like Enterprise are not up to the challenge.
They're not safe.
It does feel like that, but the three remaining players will give it a try anyway as they stick around.
Alexiik up in the heavens, teed up for the play.
To je na masivní save, tohle, dámy a páni.
Double digits, and that's exactly what it's going to be. Enterprise throw the towel in. They can't even keep the guns in their hands.
This is timeout.
Killers 1v5. That's 5
This is timeout. Ní obě ty grafiky, že jo? Pak koukáš na tu druhou. Jsi nepřipraveno.
And Alexiik himself giving us an exhibition of his own individual skill.
Oh!
Killers adding one back to
Zaplej Alešek. Jak kdysi v CSku.
This rifle up against the pistols is just flattening Enterprise.
Klasický pistols.
Oh, it's just easy at the end of the day. Starkey, I mean, he's
Dobrá kosa.
What is going on?
Podle kosa poznáš nosa.
Picks up a rifle. And yeah, at this point you're looking at 11. Starkey with no chance. Time to
each and every player on Zero Tenacity is acutely aware of
trying to get as far up market as possible.
They've already done so, and Zeek's just not expecting
them.
Come
Zeek.
Yash certainly
Jak Anever jakoby byl, ale World Champion a je takhle Anever. Kámo.
Enterprise now with numbers. And a bit of time on their side to get comfortable. The spike is well out of harm's way. Pyro trying to duel with Starkey, but he has to dip from this situation.
Otazníkos obecný.
It's a timing for Pretty right now. I mean, MSH catches Zeek out, yeah, but I thought Pretty would be able to scale up tree instead. No.
Co se děje? Milion věcí. Zeek, on je výletní kos.
Yash with the op on the A site.
Ale Quentin Tarantino.
Makes it more difficult to hold for the defense, not knowing where exactly it is that Pyro will look to try and flood out. And
co to je? Mazí housenka. Mazí housenka s omenem.
Teleport as well. Info Yash, but the backside is littered with bodies.
Ty byli, kámo.
Doma does what Doma does best.
To byly, vole, do žákovský knížky, vole. Alexiik, corner price.
So far ahead of the curve, and he is as quickly out of there
as
he found himself in wine. Yash next kill. I mean, Starkey played to cancel it. There is no way that the captain loses his head in that situation. This is a real chance for Zero Tenacity, but it's taken immediately away. And Enterprise will make sure that regulation...
Chtěl zničit tu ultinu. Počkej, to. Dobrý.
Starkey needs to be careful.
He does, but still well enough supported by his own
hodí paranoju a pak se posere.
A
asi lepší, aby tam skapal.
to put themselves on championship point. Blundered completely. Yash just got the cross of Alexiik. That smoke is faking off nobody.
A to má malou tu hlavičku, má hlavu jak Alexiik, kámo, malinkou. A stejně mu byla vidět. To jsem nečekal, vole. Špatný smouček, no. Co dělá? Co dělá? Já s ním, já blouzním. Kámo, když stačí z toho smouku vystřelit. Já nemůžu, kámo, na tohle koukat, já to nechci vypnout, vole, asi. Asi to má nechci vypnout, kámo, já tohle nechci vidět, vole. Nechci to vidět, kámo, nechci to vidět.
Those flashes at the very least can delay. They are so swiftly removed from the utility bell. Yash already walking on.
Kámo, Yash by měl dostat příplatek možná. Mošt a Yash. Dva Poláci. Kámo, mošt. Vyprcaný mošt. Ty krávo, vole.
So it all drops silent.
This is
to start Zero Tenacity's 11th hour.
Oh,
Enterprise on their
11th
round. They need one more, and Yash is going to hunt for it into
the
the smoke. He goes, but with the shorty he falls. Starkey now needed, and the captain
Starkey napojil server. Po 7 letech. Oh. Co mu dal, kámo, to jsou ty red matche, co jsme hráli, vole. To jsou ty red matche, co jsme hráli, kámo. World Champion. Mimochodem. Kámo. Timing. A vyfnul. Alešek 1v3 proti EP, kámo, to ne, Aleši, vole. Aleši, ty prase, vole. Ty prase. Aleši, ty prase. Oh. Pojďme na overtime, vole. Kámo, v overtimeu provalkovat one way.
Pyroll, the one player who started the round here, he will have the support of his IGL pretty.
Ačko na retake. Jako EP mají tragické afterplant. EP měli zatím tragické afterplanty. A ještě dostávají záda. Phantom. Ten muffin play, tohle co udělal Killes. Stát v A-mainu nebo v shortu a držet 30 nábojů na jedno stejné místo a doufám, že to nasype ten Phantom. A nasype. A tady mošt, kámo. Kámo, mošt. Nah. Proti jebe, kámo.
Enterprise trade it off in effect, and still Zero Tenacity on the back foot.
Kapitán!
On their heels.
There's been no bias here whatsoever. Both teams have put up even amounts of rounds on attack and defense.
Both teams want a pistol.
Teď Alešek už nafarmil klipy na Iceboxu, že ho pick up nějaký týr do tým, ne?
One for one trade, but it's Yash and Alexiik, the duelists off the board.
That Prowler's not really cleared much. His Doma's holding on to this line, onto short.
It's a committed position and Starkey TP.
Oh,
they should
co uvařil, kámo. Alešek je minus, kde? Popin normálně napojil server. O, 7 Alešku. Insane gameska.